Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another another video. And now, time for me to. Sorry, I got a little late on this though, but I usually do at the end of the year though. But still, probably just need time to gather all whatever I choose to, and what list and how I want to make the list. But yeah, but anyway, getting to with the worst films of, I would say, of 2022. I would say my top 12. I was gonna put 10 though, but there was a lot of films I hated. Well, at the same time, there was a lot of good films I enjoyed from 2022. Which is the next one after. Always do the best for last, right? Get the shitty ones out of the way. So yeah, but this time I had to do 12 because, there is gonna be a top 10 in best films of 2022, but this I had to do 12 this time because there's other ones that I just thought was not. There was so much of them, so. But just really quick, which I'm not going to get into, but there are some now in this case, dishonorable mentions of some fellows that I did not like from last year. So one dishonorable mention is, which I reviewed, two of these I reviewed, no, a few of these I reviewed already though. So number one is Black Adam, which I did say, I don't think I would not put this on my list though, but as a mention though. But yeah, Black Adam, it wasn't the worst superhero film I saw from 2022. It wasn't the worst film, but Dwayne Johnson's director is just like, I'm not gonna get too much detail into it though, because I reviewed it, so you can check it out. But Dwayne Johnson just looked bored. I mean, this is the character you want to play for so long. He just looked like that. Pierce Brosnan I liked. He was trying though, but I knew predictably he would die. I mean, the Justice League of America, but the Justice Society the Justice Society of America. I forget. It was sometimes tone was inconsistent and the villain was nothing. But you just go back and review of it. So it's a full more in depth of it. But Black Adam, another one I already ranted on. Morbius. Like I say, yeah, it's another one that I just don't think it was. Other ones I think a superhero film you could say was worse. I mean, I understand people think it is the worst one of 2022. The ones I've seen from 2022, I thought they were worse though. But I mean, Jared Leto. I mean, he was just trying. I know. I know I'm alone. They say he's so horrible, but I think he was trying. I mean, yeah, I get some CG was not great, especially when he's flying around. That's not good at all. I mean, Matt Smith, the so-called, was he the close friend of the so-called brother? I forget. I mean, he was trying to. But I understand why it's an absolute mess. I understand that, but it was not the worst film for me. Yeah, I get the whole joke. It's Morbian time. People think it's funny. I don't think it's funny at all. I think it's just a flat out dumb joke that's not funny at all. So if people think that joke is funny, that's fine. I just don't think it's a funny joke at all. So yeah, that's Morbius. Another one, Memory. This one I did not review. Memory. It was an action thriller film starring Liam Neeson. And it was directed by the guy by Martin Campbell, who directed a few of the Pierce Brosnan James Bond films. He directed the Green Lantern film with Ryan Reynolds. The two Zorro movies. Did not mind Martin Campbell, but this film, it just shows that Liam Neeson, he's another action hero of star. He needs to retire from acting. Because like I said, with Stallone and Arnold and Harrison Ford, I mentioned before, they just need to freaking retire from acting, because like I said, just like all the other ones, Liam Neeson, he's in his 70s now. He just needs to just retire from acting. He can't do action films anymore, which I thought he said he was going to retire from doing action films, but I guess that wasn't the case, I guess. But yeah, it was just a boring action movie. Memory. Another one I also ranted on was Don't Worry, Darling. It was a film that I just predicted from the get-go what was going on. I mean, the predictability, like, oh, okay, this is a dream or whatever. It turns out it's all part of a simulation, and the whole thing. I never said what was the point of putting the plane like crashing through the sky. All the stupid things like, oh, here's this book, that here was where the exit is, and the whole thing in the reality where they kidnapped Florence Pugh's character, this guy in the real world. Okay, are you trying? She's in a simulation, but what if she gets out of it? Are you trying to feed her, or what are you gonna do? If she goes to the bathroom, you're gonna wipe her ass for you? Jeez. Yeah, it just is. And Olivia Wilde, who directed this and starred in it. She doesn't need to direct any more movies. So don't worry, darling. So those are the dishonorable mentions. So moving on to the top 12 now. Number 12, which I also ranted on, which it had potential. The film had potential, and it would end up being disappointed. Which I do admit, and it's the film Barbarian, which a lot of people liked. Barbarian, like I said, it had potential. It was there, but the thing is, though, it just went downright from stupid, because I did say how the market in the trailer, it didn't give too much away, which I do give credit to. Like most trailers always give everything away. The trailer for that film did not do that. I give him that, and I get it was trying to do something new and different, not trying to be like a sequel or rip off, whatever. That I did appreciate, trying to do something new. Like I said before, like with Malignant or what other stuff, like you try something new, it can either fail or succeed. Like with Malignant, it succeeded. Here with Barbarian, it did not, sadly. Potential, but it did not succeed. And the whole thing with Barbarian, just like the girl, she was doing her best. I forget the girl's name now. But Bill Skarsgård, everything went downhill ever since, because the whole thing when she got out of there through those maze, which still, how this one guy, Richard Brake, how did he construct all this entire underground maze all by himself, which I call absolute bullcrap on that. Even if it took him decades, he still couldn't be able to do that all by himself with machinery and all that stuff. I still call bullcrap on that. But everything went down ever since when Bill Skarsgård said, "Oh, let me go." Even though she told him, "Don't go in there," but he still decided to go in for himself to see for himself. And that's when everything went downhill from there. And Justin Long, he could be a guy who was basically, like I said, he was like a sitcom actor who had this scandal. Maybe he did do it or he didn't, though. But it turns out the way this guy was acting, Justin Long's character, it turns out it led to he did do those assaults, whatever. It was sexual assaults, whatever. I mean, and then it comes to the stupid humor where he was like, he's in that one room with the whole mattress and the bloody hands. Oh, this doesn't look creepy at all. Or the cages. I'm just going to take some measurements. And the whole thing with the whole super human crazy lady, which is actually played by a guy though, but still, is ordinary, but still act superhuman. Let alone like the whole bullcrap of the ending, where being pushed off a water tower, landing with the girl landing on top of the girl. The good girl, the lead girl landing on top of the bad girl. Yet that Supergirl can just act all fine and dandy after drop from that high, bullshit on that. Yeah, everything just went so stupid after that, and just like I said, it had potential. Like I said, it just ended up being very disappointing. Barbarian. So that's number 12. Number 11, Disney Pixar's Turning Red. Once again, I mentioned about how much there's a film that was from Disney. That's on my best list in the next video, which I gave a cookie to, a pass for. But the thing is, though, it doesn't work with pros without its cons, right? Well, here's another prime example whether they just put the whole thrust in the whole, whether it's PC or woke, whatever. But in this film, which I'm so sick and tired of, how down the toilet how Disney has become. Yeah, like I said, there's a film that I like that's on my top list, that's made by Disney. But the thing is, though, it doesn't make up all the... Just because I liked one film of a new film from Disney recently, doesn't mean does it make up all the bullshit they did. But Turning Red is another pinpoint of this. Just basically it's focusing mostly on the girl's hormones or period or whatever it is, her periods, whatever. Just like I don't need to freaking see this in a freaking Disney movie. I hate when they keep because do little kids want to see this? Want to freaking care about getting your early periods and the hormones and all that stuff? I'm like, just Jesus freaking Christ, man. Yeah, and I think so. Yeah, it makes me want to turn red. It makes my face want to turn red in anger. And of course, I didn't give a damn about the lead girl anyway, or her annoying friends either. And the family, the mother played by Sandra Oh, okay, nice to hear her. James Hong has a supporting voice role. Nice to hear him, because I like James Hong as an actor. And the whole thing, which is when the whole family, they're cursed, because when they turn into these furry beasts, like the mother or the family, they can just turn freaking ones that are like the freaking size of Godzilla or Gamera, whatever. They just need to, because the thing is though, Disney. Listen, this film, you could say it made some money overseas with a big budget, with this huge budget, but it made some money overseas, but not domestically. To me, that's considered a huge flop, right? And they just keep on shooting themselves in the foot, with Disney. They did back in 2022. With this film, and once again, and two more big budget Disney movies flopped: Strange World and Lightyear. Why do they think those films flopped? Especially with Lightyear, especially the one considered why it was banned from in certain countries because that's losing money there, because no one wants to see a spin-off. Well, first of all, no one wants to see a spin-off of Buzz Lightyear, how he came to be this toy market thing. So it's basically like a rip-off of Solo, a Star Wars story. No one cared about how it became Han Solo, right? And secondly, about, of course, the whole thing with the two freaking girls kissing each other. Yeah, take your little kids want to see that. And then same with Strange World. Instead of with two girls, now it's two guys. It was two guys that I heard of. I didn't see the film because I know that there's a controversial thing where this time it was two guys. Disney, get your heads out of your ass, okay? Stop throwing your PC bullshit for little kids and daughter the kids to see these, okay? And same thing with Turning Red, okay? Jesus Christ. Just talking about this stuff, it gives me a freaking headache, a freaking migraine. But yeah, I don't know to say about Turning Red. I reviewed it, you can check it out. But that was number 11. Alright, calm down. Number 10, this film also made me want to freaking puke. Another prime example, how I mentioned with Disney's Strange World with two men. Here's another one, which I just want to freaking puke all over the place. Give me another freaking migraine. Bros. Yeah, Bros. A romantic comedy about two gay men. Yay! No one wants to see a freaking romantic comedy film about two gay men. What was it? It was all dealing with LGBTQ, whatever. To me, this is an insult to straight men, and let alone to gay men in general. And this film bombed, by the way. Do these people, these fucking idiots in Hollywood, don't get it? Strange World bombed, Lightyear bombed, and this film did. Hello. Knock on wood. Does that give you any ideas? A Lightyear with two gay women bombed. Strange World with two guys bombed. This film bombed. Does that ring any freaking bells in those little so-called brains of yours? These freaking people. I don't know what it takes for them to get to those fucking thick skulls of theirs. I don't. Because no one wants to discuss romantic. Is anyone interested about romantic comedies nowadays? Well, except for to me, romantic comedies only work now in animes nowadays. I mean, last year there was a few romantic comedy animes I've enjoyed from last year. To me, I think they're better in animes more than movies nowadays. My Dress Up Darling, Shikimori, Iharan from last year. Those are romantic comedies that work. And they're funny, too. And characters I liked. Recently, in movies, no, not anymore. And yeah, and also the thing is, now that there was a scene in a museum where they're trying to teach these, what, the fourth graders or third graders, I forget. That's another thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. Stop trying to teach little kids about certain things about these nowadays. They're putting in films, and now they, especially in schools as well, which that is absolute bullshit on these. I don't know who's more childish. You know, these are grown people or us, the nobodies. To allow us, the nobodies like us are right. How are we much smarter than these people, these higher up people? I have no idea. Yeah, let's put little kids in there and try to teach them the ways about gay marriage and blah, blah, blah. I just want to freaking, with this is what a film that makes me want to freaking barf all over the place. It makes me sick to my stomach. It gives me another one that gives me a freaking migraine. Bros. Yeah, here are your bros right here. Bros. Yeah. We're going to say bros before hoes. That's even an insult to hoes as well. God. I don't understand how far PC, wherever bullshit they just go down from the toilet with these goddamn bullshit movies. That's number 10. Bros. Fuck bros. Number 9, I didn't review this film either. Number 9 is another Rob Zombie movie called The Munsters. The Munsters, and there's another point. Rob Zombie, he's another one that needs to retire from freaking directing. He can't direct for shit anymore. And also, once again, he's got to put his wife in there, Sharon Moon Zombie. I'm like, she can't act for worth a damn either. The guy who plays Herman Munster, he's an idiot. He doesn't act like Herman Munster. Like I said, Sharon Moon Zombie, she can't act her way out of a paper bag. I mean, the best actor in the movie was the guy who played Grandpa. He was the best at one of the movie, and he was doing his best. I don't know how this guy Rob Zombie, how does he still get jobs? Let alone his wife gets put in every one of his movies. I mean, first of all, I did not grow up with the Munsters. I mean, I saw a little bit growing. I only saw like 1 or 2 episodes. There was that one movie, I think. What was it? The Munsters Revenge. That was a full-length movie. I think that's like the only thing I got to know the Munsters was that one movie. Because actor Sid Caesar, he was in it. He was dealing with the robots. You know how Herman and Grandpa, they were framed because there was a robot versions of themselves. That one movie, that was how I got to know the Munsters, basically. So I didn't fully grow up with the show. Rob Zombie says he's a fan of the show. Yeah, right. So yeah, I'll have to review the film sometimes. Also, I'm not getting full in detail of it because I didn't review it, so I'll have to do more in depth of it though. But the Munsters, so Rob Zombie, stop directing anymore because you can't direct, and let alone stop putting your freaking wife in the movie as well because she can't act for shit anyway. God. So he's so wife obsessed. Obsessed, yeah. The Munsters. Number 8, I put these two together because they're both from the freaking same company, A24, which I keep on mentioning over and over again. 8, yeah. So I'm putting these two together as number 8. XMen. XMen. Yeah, X isn't going to give it to me. Rather listen to that song from DMX again. Or Men, which... When it comes to freaking, like I said, for horror, I keep mentioning it over and over again. When they do horror films, they can't make shit. But there's film from one of my favorite films. When I do my best films of 2022, it was not on my list though, but it was an honorable mention though. But I'll say right now, Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was a film that was made by A24, and that was not a horror film. And guess what? I enjoyed it. And that was a different, better version of the Multiverse of Madness, which I said it, which I mentioned, I did rant on it. That's on my list as well on this one. but that was a better version, which I'll get to in a second when I get to do that movie. But that was an A24 film that I liked, and that was not a horror film. So with XMen, another more prime examples, A24 needs to learn how to stop making these overrated horseshit the excuses for so-called horror films. X was about the whole thing where they're trying to do a porno movie, and you have the lead girl doing a double role, a younger version of her, how she is right now, and then an older version. And the thing is, she's just too, the older one, she's just killed because she's just too horny. She wants to get it on, basically. That's what she does. The best part of the film was where it had that one shot of when the lead girl was swimming, overhead shot of the lake, and there was a gator swimming towards her, and she's the girl's going this way, the gator's slowly going towards her, and this nice overhead shot of her swimming from the lake, getting back on the shore. That was the best, but that was a good camera. That was a good camera shot. Yes, it had some decent gore bits, but that does not make it for the movie though. Then that's all. And then they make it a prequel of that's the old lady's name, Pearl. They do a prequel to that. Why? It's pointless now. It's a pointless prequel because the woman ends up dying anyway. The old basket case. She wants to screw. That's the other thing she's good for. X. I reviewed it so you can check it out. Same thing with men. Just it probably just shows how once again a PC thing how men suck nowadays. Because this leading lady, what she sees, all these other people are the same. It's the same person she sees. It's the same face on every single man that she sees. Supposed to symbolize that men are horrible, and also we see the same. Like every single face is the same person, right? And we see this over the top where we see this guy getting birth to the same person over and over, and then it finally turns out to look like her ex-husband who committed suicide by jumping off a boat in a very silly way. I don't understand how every single horror film that's produced by this company gets a pass. I don't understand why. But the thing is, everyone all at once got praise, and guess what? That made $100 million worldwide, and that's the highest grossing film made by that company. Doesn't that say something when it's not a horror film? It makes the most money from this company. I mean, stick to making films like this, or films like The Disaster Artist or Uncut Gems. Not this overrated garbage that you keep on producing. These excuses of horror, this so-called excuse for horror films they make. So yeah, both of these films are number 8 because they're both in the same company. Once again, fuck A24. Number 7, Thor 4, Love and Thunder. This is the point where where Marvel is now a joke now. Everything is the MCU comedy comedy stand-up or whatever, because that's what it is. It's nothing but comedy now. It's joke after joke every 5 minutes, okay, which is not funny. And at the same time, it's trying to deal with it's being funny, but at the same time, trying to deal with Natalie Portman's character with her cancer. Joke, then her cancer, and Thor, he's a joke now. He never learns his lesson, like he probably did for the first movie, or what he learned when he went back in Avengers Endgame, where his mother told him be the better man. He never does that. He never got to be the better man that his mom told him to be. He's a joke in this. He doesn't take things seriously, like. Oh, because, even though the beginning where the king said, oh, the sacred temple is so sacred to us, and because it's made out of glass, and Thor just goes and destroys the enemy, kills the enemies, besides destroying the shrine, and whoa, whatever, we did it, and basically not giving a shit. He doesn't give a damn of anything, and then he never learns his lesson. He's nothing but a running joke now. Christian Bale, Gore the God Butcher, he had potential to be a good villain. It looked like he was going to be a good villain, because he kills gods. But the thing is, though, they cut a lot of his scenes out, so we don't get no montage of him. Like, when they're in that snow, they see that giant skeleton in the snow that was supposed to be a god. We don't get to see that. We don't see no montages of him killing gods. And also, the stupid thing, especially when he got the Necro Sword, there's a guy that just holds him there, right? And there's a dead body that had the Necro Sword. It's just sitting there. This god has an ego so far up his ass, he doesn't bother getting rid of it. No, he's just going to let it sit there for someone else to pick it up to kill the guy, which that's what Christian Bale does. So that he dies from his freaking stupidity as well. And jokes about how the new Asgard is an attraction now, where they make fun of ice cream, right? It's infinity scone or what, ice cream cone, whatever. Yeah, you're gonna advertise something that very happens that lights up the whole planet, but you're making it to advertise for ice cream, or the play where they make fun of how their home got destroyed and make a play out of that. There's so much to it. I don't want to get into far more details. Like I ranted on this film, so I get more in depth into it. So yeah, but Christian Bale, he did the best. He was the best part of the movie. But the thing is that they cut a lot of his shit out of it because they want to make room for more jokes that are not funny at all. That's why this whole MCU is a laughingstock now, because it's nothing but joke after joke after joke. Nothing being taken seriously anymore. It's now jokes now, and characters are now being treated as jokes now. Like I said, Thor, he's a joke now, just like with the freaking Hulk, with the Professor Hulk, whatever, taking selfies and stuff, and just he's a joke. Especially now, he's a joke, and also in the She-Hulk series. And that was another piece of shit as well. Thor, yeah, so Thor 4, I'm not getting to it because I reviewed it already. So that's number 7. Number 6, the next MCU movie, Doctor Strange 2, The Multiverse of Bullshit. Another character that's been treated as a joke now. You know, he's been now, Doctor Strange, he's now been neutered as well. He doesn't do much of anything. He gets helped out pretty much. Like, at the end, Rachel McAdams, while he's in his little thing, doing the spell, she's the one that has to help him up using that thing to destroy some demons, and gets his ass kicked as well. And when the stupid thing with the girl, America Chavez, how she accidentally, when she first unleashed her powers, when she sent her 2 moms into another dimension, because she got scared of a freaking bee. So first time she unleashed her powers and sent her moms to Never Land, because she got scared of a freaking bee. A bee. Yeah, I know we don't like bees though, but I don't like them all except when they suddenly just get up in my face like that. That's why I don't like bees, but I'm not scared of bees anyway, but it was like a good distance. It was on a flower, and she freaked out. And with the whole thing with the Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen, I mean, like, where's Vision in this? That white Vision from the Wanda series. You know, where's that Vision? Because that Vision put memories in that Vision, the white one, and went off to whatever. If that Vision had that memories of, especially with Scarlet Witch, wouldn't he consider come down and finding her? No. And how? Because she's now crazy now because connection with WandaVision, because since she held a whole freaking town hostage just to live in her own fantasy world. And she still wants to, but we get her 2 kids that's in another reality, and then you waste, because all the whole Easter egg of the MCU, they're bringing in Tom Cruise or as Iron Man or Wolverine or Deadpool, that didn't happen, but you bring in Charles Xavier, Patrick Stewart, which, yes, it was nice to see him in this, it was, and one thing I did give credit to, how they made Patrick Stewart, Charles Xavier, exactly like the one in the 90s X-Men cartoon. That's I do give a pass for. Costume design, how he exactly looks like with the yellow chair and the green suit, even the tie as well. He looks exactly like the 90s Professor X in the 90s X-Men cartoon. I do give him applause for that, for exact dead-on accuracy. Even Black Bolt's suit looks dead-on accurate as well. Ashton Mount, who came back from the Inhuman series, his costume is dead-on accurate as well. Even I even like the Mr. Fantastic's costume as well. It looks pretty damn good. So some of the costumes I do give credit for. And John Krasinski, John Krasinski, who acted and directed along with his wife Emily Blunt in The Quiet Place 1 and 2 and been in other movies as well. He did a good job with those movies. Here, as this version of Reed Richards, they made a complete fucking idiot because, when the Scarlet Witch is there, when she got possessed her own self, yeah, he's supposed to be, because Reed Richards is supposed to be a very smart guy, like the smartest man alive, they say, right? He stupidly goes and tells Scarlet Witch with Black Bolt's power. Oh, he can destroy with one whisper from his mouth. Yeah, give his exact power away so she can use it to make him have no mouth and explode from his head. So Reed Richards is a freaking idiot. They made him a goddamn idiot like that. So give his power away, and so how she can figure out and kill him. Stupid. And they kill Charles Xavier once again. Just like with X-Men 3 and then Logan. Oh yeah, speaking of which, the music, yeah, it was nice to hear the X-Men theme when Charles Xavier came into the room. It was nice to hear that. That was one Easter egg I did like. Okay. But then it's just like, they made Doctor Strange pretty much useless. In his own movie. He didn't do much of anything. Except when he did that one thing, we made a buzzsaw, cuts a bus in half, and the cloak saved him, basically, and... And Sam Raimi, and the whole thing with Scott Derrickson exiting, because they want to make it more of a horror film. They should just let him just make it straight for him. I didn't see hardly anything was horror film-like about it. Yeah, you bring in Sam Raimi. Oh yeah, speak with Bruce Campbell's cameo, because it's Sam Raimi. Nothing didn't look like feel like a very horror film like about it. I would love to see Scott Derrickson's version. The Black Phone was much better than this. Which Scott Derrickson, he left this film to do that film. Which that was a much better movie than this. A better horror film better than this. Doctor Strange, jeez. The multiverse. Like I said, everything everywhere all at once. That did that multiverse better than this. They did. How did that become a better multiverse of madness than this one we got? In one multiverse, all he did was go like the whole thing where they go to different multiverses and whatever, that could have had a good idea. But they basically went to two universes, where the one that where the Illuminati was, and the other one where he met the other version of himself, who had the Darkhold book. That was basically all the multiverses they went to. That idea was wasted. And that's why I'm so tired of these MCU movies. I've hated every MCU movie up to this point, from 2021 to 2022. I've hated every single one of them. Which is why I prefer, but recently, although I like Black Adam though, because but the thing is though, DC was having a good track of recently though, but like I said, I like the Suicide Squad. I watch over this. I rather watch the Joker over this, and the Batman. Which that's on my favorite list of the next one. Spoiler, I did. Okay, to me that was way better than any Marvel film I've seen, and that's a DC movie. So I'll get to that when I get to my top list. Okay, my favorites of 2022. But I did say that though. Batman's better. It was the best superhero film recently than any of these Marvel films. I'm sorry, I'm not taking it back. I'm saying it with the exact straight face. But that's number 7. Doctor Strange 2, yes. I reviewed it, so I have more in-depth review on that. Number 7. Number 6, sorry. These movies are getting my brain all screwed up. Thor was number 7. This was number 6. Number 5, Scream 5, which I did not review, though. Scream 5. The whole thing, what they're trying to explain about movies, about horror films nowadays, it doesn't work no more, okay? What more could they do with the whole explanation with horror films, right? What they explain from the previous movies, or with Ghostface, and the whole thing with it just did such a big insult to the character of Dewey, David Arquette's character. He lost his job as a cop. He got separated from Gail, Courtney Cox. He's living in a trailer, so it basically became trailer trash. And then when they killed him off, that was just a disservice to the character of Dewey. You know, especially the stupid thing which I call bullshit as well, which the lead girl, which you find out was one of the killers of Ghostface, somehow who weighed how many pounds does this girl weigh? She weighed what? 50 pounds at most? I don't buy her overpowering David Arquette and stabbing him, killing him. Which, by the way, he made this dumb decision to go back and because I remember he got to shoot them in the head, right? Because she shot him in the chest. But she was stupid for going back anyway. Which they told him to come with them. But I don't buy how this girl just overpowers him, who weighs about way less than he does, to kill him, overpowers him. I don't buy that at all. And plus, that was another just insult to the character of Dewey. From all the things from the previous Scream movies, I liked David Arquette. I liked Dewey. Which I'm not surprised anyway, because that's how they do with old characters nowadays. You know, they did it with the whole thing back with Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which that's on the list. Which that's after Scream, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I'll get to though. They did it with all past old characters from horror films, especially. The only time they didn't, and especially the Disney movies, especially with the Star Wars movies. I'm sick and tired of how they just bringing these old characters back and then just shitting on them. The only time they did not do was for one film they did not do where they didn't kill off the characters. Well, actually no, I take it back. Rambo, the fifth one sucked. I ranted out long ago. That one sucked. But I did not say they did not kill. They did not kill off Rambo. They did not. They did not kill off Rambo. But I was gonna say, well, the other one was also I put as a mention on my top list of 2022. Jurassic World Dominion. They did not. One thing that's what I did not. I give credit to. They did not kill off original trio: Grant, Malcolm, and Sadler. Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. They did not. I'm glad. That's one thing I do give. They did not kill off those characters. But like all these, especially horror films or Disney, Star Wars, they just shit on all these old characters. You know, here they shit on Dewey. So, and the whole thing with the lead girl being the daughter of with Billy, really. They can't go anything. And yes, I'm now looking forward to Scream 6. Oh, it takes place in New York. It's a different setting, right? Yeah, it's a different setting, but guess what? I don't look forward to it anyway because it's another franchise that just needs to stay dead. Yeah, so what? It's in a different location. But so what more can you do with the whole thing with Ghostface and the whole method of movies nowadays? They always trying to explain. But this fifth Scream film made money, so of course they did. They were gonna make another one, and I'm not looking forward to seeing it anyway. I don't look forward to a Scream 6. It's gonna suck anyway. Scream 4, Wes Craven's last film, may rest in peace. That sucked. This film sucked, and guess what? The sixth one's gonna suck too. Okay. Scream 5. That's number 5. Number 4, like I mentioned, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Which I also ranted. Another one we mentioned do a disservice to original character. Sorry about that, cut there, man. I took a break between this because this is gonna be a long video, so I took a break and I had to eat a sandwich first. But anyway, Texas Chainsaw Massacre number 4, another one that does another disservice to an original character. They bring in Sally Hardesty, the original character from the original movie. This time played by a different actress because Marilyn Burns years ago passed away. They just made her character completely dumb. It's, you could just could not leave. Could just left her out of it. But then as they try to capitalize on Halloween 2018, that's what they tried to do. And they just made her character completely stupid, just like all the other characters in this movie. Just like how, just with the two sisters, especially the lead one, complaining about the guy who has a Confederate flag. Why are we complaining about that? The guy didn't do anything wrong, but still the girl just comes off straight up like a bitch. And why would they decide to live? They bought a whole freaking town out in the middle of freaking nowhere. I mean, how all these people can afford all this money because everything is run down and decrepit. So they can afford to renovate the whole entire interior or exterior of the buildings with the plumbing and everything. I mean, how could they all afford that? I have no idea. And they want to go to a comic book shop. Who wants to go to a comic book shop out in the middle of freaking nowhere? It's just. And especially with internet service is not poor, it doesn't hardly ever work out there. So that thing, all of that is completely stupid. How they can afford all of this, I have no idea. And the whole thing with the lead girl and her boyfriend, with the landlady of this orphanage, played by Alex Craig, who actually was the Borg Queen from Star Trek: First Contact. They treated her like a bitch. They treated her so poorly. I meant to say bitch, but I treated her poorly. They're both bitches for doing it. They treated her poorly throughout. Which turns out, we didn't need to throw her out because of the deed or whatever. And then bringing Sally Harstein to fight with which stupid thing is she has a shotgun pointing at Leatherface, and she just stands there. Holding it for like a full minute, not doing anything, standing right there until he just walks right past her, because because you think he's not gonna remember you from 40 freaking years ago, age difference in appearance. You think he's not gonna recognize you from 40 years ago? He didn't give a damn about you, because he doesn't give a shit. So the Sally is treated like a dumb idiot, and somehow she can withstand certain blows and. Get thrown at, and I think she get thrown into a dumpster. I forget. Somehow she ends up surviving. Can get up just like so. And plus, do we care about seeing an older Leatherface? Because an older Michael Myers from 2018. Listen, they're trying to capitalize on that. And speaking more of nostalgia, they bring in John Larroquette, who was the original narrator from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, who also came back to narrate in the 2003 remake. Nostalgia. And the whole thing, and the ending was freaking silly. How because they have a car that can drive on its own, autopilot you could say, and the girl, the other sister is on the roof through the sunroof yelling. Actually, her sister got decapitated. As the whole thing starts driving away, it looked freaking silly as shit. I've seen that was handled better in the 2019 Child's Play when Chucky can control the car by itself. That was done better. And people don't like the 2019 Child's Play remake. I do, because like I said before, it was different. It was an exact carbon copy of the original. It did things a bit differently, and the stuff like that with him controlling the car by itself was much done better than the stupid shit in here. Or the film itself is better than this dumb, supposed another remake of it. Honestly, with the same title, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not Texas Chainsaw Massacre 5 or 6 or whatever you call it, No, it's still the same title, just like how the original was, or the remake was. They don't add anything on there. I was tired of doing the exact same title. Change the title, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 40 years later, like H2O did in Halloween. That movie is just a freaking infuriating. And plus, it was an insult to the character of Sally, okay? They insulted that character just like how they insulted Dewey in Scream 5. Yeah, buying freaking town in the middle of nowhere, which is stupid. I'm not getting into it. I ranted it. Go check it out. Number 3, another god awful one. This is one of the worst ones of the series. It's probably the second or the worst. Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends. I don't want to barf on. They just made Michael Myers. Just like what they do with characters nowadays, they make him also pussyfied as well. Michael Myers is a freaking pussy in this. Because they with all the marketing, the posters and the trailers and marketing, they tricked your ass. Thing is, Michael Myers, was focusing on this new character we don't give a shit about named Corey Cunningham. And that's the thing is this also rips off freaking John Carpenter's Christine as well. John Carpenter, he's executive producer on this, creative whatever, consultant whatever. How can you let this just rip off your own movie? I love Christine. That's actually one of my favorite films from Stephen King, John Carpenter. It's basically ripping off Christine. It's basically, except with the car, it's Michael Myers. The guy Corey has the same last name as Arnie Cunningham. Cunningham, yeah. So he's basically ripping off Christine. And we don't give a shit about freaking Corey. He's a new guy who's came out freaking nowhere because of a travesty. Because of the little shit that he was babysitting was acting like a little shit. And first of all, why would Corey go up in the attic? And he's a little chicken shit as well. But still, the kid just locks him in there. And when he goes to kicks it, the kid just falls off the balcony and just lands so cartoonishly, which is like something we would see in a freaking Home Alone skit. And I saw this with my brother and our friend, right? We saw this in a theater, right? I didn't do it out loud though, but inside when that scene happened, I was laughing my ass off. When just the kid, I was laughing my ass off on the inside because if I did it out loud, I was probably gonna get kicked out of the theater probably. But I was laughing my ass off. And like I said, like I said, me and my brother, we butt heads constantly, right? I mean, he knows this film was a bad film anyway, but he still likes it. Sometimes he likes the so good it's bad type of movies. He knows it's a bad film, but he still likes it anyway. I just like it because it's just a bad movie. And this is one of the worst ones in this entire Halloween series. It is literally one of the worst ones ever. And this is another prime example with Scream, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and also with Child's Play, because it's still doing 2 seasons of the show. All these series needs to freaking die already. Stop it. Cut. Done. And this is the lowest grossing one of this new Halloween trilogy. It is. And then speaking of, like, no one gives a shit about because it gets picked on by these band group, I forget, and then Michael Myers drags him to the sewer where he's been living and doesn't kill him, grabs him, I guess has some kind of psychological connection to him. This is the thing, they try to do the same, they try to do it from the ending of Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers with Jamie Lloyd at the end. They're trying to do that ending, right? Except that ending is gone already, okay? That idea is long gone already. They should have done that instead of the shitty Halloween 5 we got. They should have done the ending to make that into Halloween 5. But they're trying to now they're trying to somehow pick that up and make it like this now. So, and also, all the marketing like the advertised supposed to be Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers. Like in the trailer, it's supposed to be Michael Myers. A lot of times, it was Corey in the suit and the mask, wearing the mask. Because he wanted to get that mask, and somehow this scrawny kid could overpower Michael Myers, wrestle him to the ground, and steal his mask. So I'm like, wow, they just literally made Michael Myers a goddamn pussy now. A guy who can, like, strangle, lift people up, right? And this scrawny teenager can just wrestle him to the ground, overpower him, and steal his mask. I just really want to pick up one. I'm looking around because I really want to pick up and throw something right now. I really do. These shitty movies are pushing me to my breaking point right here. Okay, it's so infuriating. Like, I really want to pick something up and throw something right now. This evil force, the Shape, right? And somehow a scrawny kid just overpower, wrestle him to the ground, and steal his mask. Oh, he's older. He's the Shape. He's supposed to be like this evil force of nature. God, they made him such a freaking sissy wuss in this. And the kills are nothing special anyway. And everyone in Hanfield is now a complete dickhead in this movie. Why can they all just freaking move? I have no idea why. And Jamie Lee Curtis, she's just now so cool with it that yeah, she became a basket case because of what happened 40 years ago, right? When her friends got killed. But funny thing is, at the end of Halloween Kills, when her daughter got killed at the very end, and now it's 4 years later in this movie, she's perfectly fine. She's like, because she's baking cookies or pies or whatever with her granddaughter. Again, she's trying to move on to things, though. She's just very nonchalant, though, because she was worried about when her friends got killed, but when it comes to her daughter got killed, okay, we're just baking pies or cookies or whatever with her granddaughter. And I'll speak of the granddaughter, Alice. I don't give a damn about her. I never gave a damn about her anyway, okay? And plus, she falls in love with Corey, who she met for like a day, and all of a sudden, she's head over heels for him. And then she sneaks him up into her room, and Jamie Lee Curtis is standing there watching from outside the window. Which she said she was unsettled with him to begin with, but yet she allows that, just standing outside from the window, just watching as they go upstairs and do their little. And the whole thing with Billy with Will Patton as the sheriff, how they had him and Laurie Strode had a history from back then, how he liked her, all that doesn't come up to nothing. All that was basically up to nothing, and what happened, how he felt guilty about in the end at Halloween Kills, what happened with him, and all that was mounted up to nothing. Jesus Christ! I mean, this film is just. This film infuriated me to no end. It infuriated me to no end. This is one of the worst. The more I'm talking about it, it just makes me think this is becoming like the worst Halloween in the franchise. Yes, this film has started to become more worse than Halloween 5, Halloween 6. Maybe I've been trying to backtrack because I hate Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. I hate them to death. The Halloween Ends is right on that same page with those movies. I'd rather watch Halloween Resurrection 10 times over than this. Except for the 10-minute opening of Halloween Resurrection, I can still call bullshit on that though. But the rest of the movie I can still watch. I'd rather watch Busta Rhymes kung fuing Michael Myers and get more fun and enjoyment out of that. And especially, I still love the line, "Trick or treat, motherfucker." I still love that line. I still do. I have fun. I can have fun with Busta Rhymes. He's a better Freddy. His character name was Freddy. I like his character more than anybody that in this movie. Jeez. Freaking Corey. Jeez, why they put this character in anyway? Why? Because they're trying to do like the ending of Halloween 4. I'm sorry, that idea has been long gone for a long time now. It was that idea has been dead since they messed up with Halloween 5. And so, like, it just infuriates me how he just easily just overpower Michael Myers, wrestle him to the ground, and steal his mask. That just more infuriates how much they made Michael Myers a freaking sissy now. Moving on. I gotta stop now. I gotta move on because I got 2 more infuriating movies to get to. This is gonna be taking an hour. I didn't want to make this long anyway, but still, I had to get all this rage out of it. Thankfully, hopefully, my top best favorite films of 2022 will be much shorter than this. I do apologize for trying to make... This is like I got 2 more. It's going to take an hour long now. I'm sorry. I apologize for that, but still. Moving on, number 2. Another goddamn insult to another series. Clerks 3. Clerks 3... it shows that Kevin Smith just needs another one who needs to goddamn retire already, okay? Just tire and go stay at home and get smoke your freaking pot already, because that's what all you do now. I know I know he had like an accident or whatever for a while back. I do feel sorry for him for that though. But the thing is though, after all the bull crap, I hope no will to him though. But I'm saying though, just all the bullcrap he's done with these past movies, because the Jay and Silent Bob reboot sucked. All the previous movies from Red State to Tusk and Yoga Hosers, and also the bullshit with the new He-Man series. Bullshit, okay? This guy needs to stop, just quit altogether, and just stay at home. And especially when he cries over every new trailer when it comes out, you know? And Clerks 3, this is just the final nail. This is the final nail in the coffin. It is. Because there's another series he just freaking screwed over. Especially with the characters of Dante and Randall. You know, Randall's the one who basically killed his friend Dante, gave him a freaking heart attack. That's what does, and they kill Rosario Dawson, you know, pregnant with a baby. They get rid of her as well. They just ruined the ending of Clerks 2 now. I enjoyed Clerks 2. I love the first Clerks movie, and I enjoyed Clerks 2. And from the other stuff he did, you know, I like Chasing Amy. Jersey Girl was still alright though, but still I could easily watch over any of these new Kevin Smith movies, especially this one. Mallrats he wrote, I enjoyed. What else did Kevin Smith have? I can't remember. It's too discombobulated right now. But yeah, and I liked some of the comic stuff like did like an evening with Kevin Smith 1 and 2. I have those. I enjoyed the Clerks animated series. I liked. It was much better than this. Once again, characters that have done disservice to, especially with Randall and Dante, because Randall now he's living a shitty life and basically killed his friend with a heart attack. His life sucks with his little midlife crisis he has, and then Mo was like, but funny thing is, the joke after he's dead, Dante's dead. Oh, now he forgives him because he had money. Kevin Smith, stop making movies or TV shows. You're not good no more, okay? Stop it. Just freaking, like all the other people I've said before, just retire now, okay? Stop, retire altogether, and just live your life in retirement now, okay? I don't need any more movies from you, like a Moose Jaws. You know, it's Jaws with a moose, which sounds like a very stupid idea. I don't need a Moose Jaws movie, or a sequel to Yoga Hosers, or whatever, or a sequel to Tusk. I thought I heard mention of another Tusk sequel. Why? I have no idea. But this one, this is the final nail in the coffin for Kevin Smith. This is the exact final nail in the coffin for me. Because Jay and Silent Bob reboot sucked. Okay. And this one, another series that I've liked, and now it's freaking ruined because of him now. Another series that he freaking ruined. Especially the characters I enjoyed are now ruined. Kevin Smith, this is what I think, okay? This is what I think, and you just stop it, okay? It's just like with Tom Atkins from Halloween 3. You know, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! That's what I feel. And yes, speaking of Halloween 3, I'd rather watch Halloween 3 over Halloween Ends 2. Yes. Because I'm not the one, very few people that likes Halloween 3. Yes, I am. That's another thing that my dad, and also my brother, they give me so much shit for. I know. Especially my brother. I know my dad hates Halloween 3, but I know my brother, he gives me so much shit for liking Halloween 3. I know that. Yes, and yes, that is much better than Halloween Ends, or any of the new Halloween movies altogether. I know, and I'm probably gonna say get so much shit from some people leave comments saying I'm gonna get shit for it. I know that, but guess what? I'm not wrong for what I have to say. Yeah, but I'm going back to Clerks 3. Fuck Clerks 3. That's just one was also one of such an infuriating movie. Like I said, the top the top 3 worst movies of this year: Halloween Ends, Clerks 3. The number one, my number 1 movie, Prey. The Predator movie. These 3 movies are why are my worst this year. This has been so infuriating, very insulting, and dishonoring to the franchises. Yes, but yeah, number 1, Prey. I still stand by it. Number 1 is Prey. Because why? Because it makes me want to love this movie right here even more. This is why better characters I've enjoyed. Danny Glover as Mike Harrigan, kicking ass and taking names. Best lead in this movie. Although I love the first Predator. It's classic with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But this is what made me love this movie more, because Danny Glover and Mike Harrigan kicking ass of the Predator. You know, killing with his own smart disc. That's right, asshole. Shit happens. Chopping off his own arm. And then when he's surrounded by predators, you know, just ready to take him on. It's like, okay, who's next? Absolute badass. And for your information, probably people don't notice, there's a figure of Danny Glover right here, of Mike Harrigan. Probably don't mention it but I don't see it because I'm right here, right? That's why I love it. It's criminally underrated, so unappreciated. It still needs the respect it deserves. And this here, flat out goes and says this is the best Predator movie ever. 97% Rotten Tomatoes, best rated in the whole series. Bullshit. Why? Because the girl's the lead? No, because she sucked. Okay, because the last 2 leads from the last Predator movies, Adrian Brody from Predators and Boy Holbrook from The Predator, they both sucked. So don't give me that whole, sexist or whatever. No, because she just sucked in general. And I don't care if it takes place during the Native American times, okay? I don't care about that. Because, the gun. People think that the film sucked. Why are they making that canon to this film with bringing the whole gun thing? And this, the girl, she's like basically superhuman. She can do parkour, jumping off a tree, and all that stuff. And the Predator is such a big pussy sissy wuss. You know, it even allows CGI bear, a wolf, get a hit on him. That makes him pretty much a big sissy. I'm surprised the dog was not CGI. And he gets taken out like a bitch, basically, when his guy gets his arm cut off, and then actually shoot himself in the freaking head. The girl does not kill him. No, the Predator actually shoots himself in the freaking head with his own cannon. Because it bounced it off of his helmet, then pfft. Just, okay, great. You're stealing shit from freaking the last movie, The Predator, where Sterling K. Brown actually shot himself in the head. So still a stupid idea, laughable idea from that, and put it in this. And stupid dialogue. I need to take a squat. You're as smart as a beaver. Great. Dialogue that's worth a 90% Rotten Tomatoes. Oh my god. And the whole stupid thing more infuriating, how she lowers her top body temperature to avoid being seen by the Predator because she eats a freaking flower. That was even the most infuriating thing. She has flower power. Eating a freaking flower to lower her freaking body temperature down. I did a huge mega rant on this movie. I don't want to go into more because it's even more infuriating to me now. Oh my god, the top 3 movies has been so infuriating and insulting to me. Halloween Ends, Clerks 3, and this movie, Prey. This is why this is the number 1 worst movie of this, because it's so overrated, and it makes me, and people still shit on Predator 2, which doesn't deserve it. That's why it makes me appreciate and love the movie even more. I just don't. That's why I pray. Yeah. I pray to God. I pray that this franchise doesn't get another movie again. From the director of 10 Cloverfield Lane. I don't give a shit. It's not worth it. He's not worth a film that was not that good anyway. Is worth doing another Predator movie. Best Predator movie, my ass. That's what they said about the last Predator from the 2018 film. They said that was the best Predator film. Guess what? Now they're calling this the best Predator film. I just this is maybe, like I said, it's so fair. It makes me want to. I want to freaking throw something now. I literally want to throw something right now. I gotta stop it. I'm over an hour long. I don't want to make this long, but yeah, fuck Halloween Ends. Fuck Clerks 3 and fuck this movie. Pray. But yeah, that's my top list. My top 12 from this year. Number 12, like I said, Barbarian. Number 11, Turning Red. Number 10, Bros. Number 9, The Munsters. Number 8, XMen. Number 7, Thor: Love and Thunder. 6, Doctor Strange 2. 5, Scream 5. 4, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 3, Halloween Ends. 2, Clerks 3. And number 1, Prey. I'm really getting such a freaking migraine from these movies right now. The last 3 movies are giving me such a freaking migraine right now. I gotta stop now because, like I said, I'm way over an hour long. But you know what? Thing is, though, now that I mentioned all these, I don't have to watch these movies ever again. And things about the next video, it makes me feel relieved because hopefully my top 10 favorite films of 2022, it'll be much shorter. But fuck all these movies, and all the favorites I named for the next video are much better than any of these movies. You know. I'll just watch Predator 2 where I can love it and appreciate it. And Danny Glover, like you said in Predator 2, fuck yourself. That's why I say to all these movies. This is why I say to all these movies, fuck yourself in Mike Kerrigan style. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this long ass video. I didn't mean to make it this long, but you know what? It had to be done. But thanks for watching and stay tuned for my top favorite movies of 2022, which will be appreciated from. So thanks for watching, stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next time on the next video. Later.